Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live session of JEE Mains 2026, second session. So, we are going to discuss about yesterday's afternoon session paper. Many could have written this examination, and now some people are writing the examinations, and some students may be appearing on the next days. So, this discussion definitely will help to understand the paper patterns, how the questions are coming. Since these are memory based questions, and I request and advise the students who are going to write from tomorrow. Once you go through all these memory based questions, definitely you'll get an idea and try these questions if time is. Since what we have seen uh, about the mathematics part, there is no change in the pattern. That means maximum questions are moderately tough and it is lengthy. Sometimes it is not tough, but it is lengthy. So one has to put pen on the paper and work out the problems before going to the examination. This is the trend, what we have seen. Let us move on to the paper. The question number one. The first question is from matrices. We have given a 2 by 2 matrix, two by 2 matrix given A equal to 2 minus 2, 4 minus 2. Again, a B matrix is given, and it is given that PA equal to B, and yeah, PA equal to B, AQ is equal to B. Then what is 2 times of P plus Q? They have given the matrices A and B. They are asking about P and Q. So what we will do here, PA is equal to B. We have to get the matrix P. To get the matrix P, what we are going to do here, I'm going to multiply with A inverse on the right hand side. So I will write this as nothing but P A into A inverse, that is equal to B A inverse. So that A into A inverse is nothing but I will get what is P. So the matrix P is given by B into A inverse. So all of you know how to find out A inverse. So 2 by 2 matrix. So I will write first B. B is nothing but 3, 3, 1, 9. Let us find out A inverse. A inverse formula, all of you know that A inverse is equal to 1 by delta A into adjoint of the matrix. Since it is a 2 by 2 matrix, directly what we can do, we can interchange these two elements. That is minus 2. So here it is nothing but minus 2 and 2. And change the sign of these two. 2 minus 4. And we have to find out delta A. What is delta A? Minus 4 plus 8. Minus 4 plus 8 is 4. So it is 1 by 4. Now we can multiply these two matrices. So I can get 1 by 4 into multiplication of these two matrices. Minus 6, minus 12. Again, this is nothing but 6 plus 6. Minus 2, minus 36. Next we have 2 plus 18. So this will give you minus 18, 12, minus 38, 20. And this value is equal to, if we multiply with 4, it becomes minus 9. It is 3. This is nothing but minus 18 by 4, minus 9 by 2. So again, minus 19 by 2. And this is nothing but 5. So we got the matrix P. Now try to get the matrix Q. The same procedure, what is given in the question? AQ is equal to B here. AQ is equal to B here. From this, you have to get the value of Q. For that, again, I'm multiplying with A inverse on the left hand side. So if I multiply A inverse into AQ, that is equal to A inverse into A inverse into A is nothing but what actually again I, therefore Q is equal to A inverse into. So try to get the value of A inverse now. So A inverse, already we got A inverse here. A inverse we got the value. So I'm going to substitute that 1 by 4 into A inverse is nothing but according to this minus 2, 2, minus 4, 2, and the matrix B. Matrix B is nothing but 3, 3, 1, 9. So let us multiply this. It is 1 by 4 into minus 6 plus 2. Again, we have minus 6 plus 18 and minus 12 plus 2, minus 12 plus 3. So this is equal to 1 by 4 into, we get minus 4, and this is nothing but 12, and minus 10, and 6. So the matrices we are getting minus 1, 3, minus 5 by 2, and 3 by 2. So the matrix Q also we got. Now what they are asking, 2 into P plus Q. So 2 times of P plus Q. P is this matrix. So I will write that matrix here. This is minus 9 by 2, 3, minus 9 by 2, 5, plus the matrix Q, minus 1, 3, minus 5 by 2, 3 by 2. So add these two matrices, that is equal to minus 9 by 2, minus 1, that is minus 11 by 11 by 2. Now 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 9 by 2, minus this is minus 14 by 2. This is 24 by 2, minus 19, minus 5. Again, it is nothing but 8 by 2. So multiply with 2, we get minus 11. This is 12, minus 24, 8. So we get the matrix 2 into P plus Q. Since it is a memory-based question, in some students called and told, sir, it was a trace of the matrix actually. So depending upon the question, we can find it. Mainly, you can put it, it is a normal question. Any students can try and get the answer for the problem actually. Okay. Let us move on to the next question in this. Yeah, next question is from sets and relation. Relation. Let A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And consider R be the relation of A cross A, such that X comma Y related to A comma B implies X divides A and Y less than or equal to B. Then how many total number of elements are in R? So R is defined like this, X comma Y related to A comma B. That implies X divides A, given that X divides. So the elements are from here. Suppose X is equal to 2 if I take. What about this A? X divides A. So it may be 2, it may be 4, since 2 divides 4, it may be 6. X should divide A. A is from what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that X divides A has how many possibilities? We have 3 possibilities. Let us consider X equal to 3, suppose. When I consider X equal to 3, what are the values of A we will get? That is 3 and 6. Only 2 possibilities we have. Now, if I put X equal to 4, then A will be equal to 4. There is no other element multiple of 4. So only one element. Next, X equal to 5 means here also I will get A equal to 5. X equal to 6, I will have A is equal to 6. So these are the possibilities. That means X equal to 2, we have 3 possibilities. Here we have 2 possibilities, 1, 1, 1. Total number of possibilities, the table 8. For which one? It's 3. Isn't it? Next, go for Y less than or equal to B. Y less than or equal to B. We want Y less than or equal to B. So Y and B, Y is equal to 2. If I take Y is equal to 2, B should be equal to less than or equal to. So B should be 2. It will be equal. And another elements, what we can do, B may be 3. Since Y will be less than or equal to B given, Y may be less than, this 2 may be 3, 4, 5, 6. So B can take how many values here? 5 values I can take. Similarly, if Y is equal to 3, if I take Y is equal to 3, B may be 3, 4, 5, 6. And Y is equal to 4 if I take, B is equal to 4, 5, 6. y is equal to 5, then b may be 5 or 6. And y is equal to 6 means b equal to 6. So apply this condition and get these values. Now, how many possibilities are there? Here we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So total number of possibilities that is equal to 15. So both has to satisfy. So total is nothing but 18 to 15. That should be the answer. So that is equal to how much? 120. That is the answer. So this is also can be solvable by taking some time, and we can use these two conditions and get the answer for the question. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Let's go for the next question. If you see third question, it is from circles. Quadrant geometry. A variable circle with diameter AB where A 3, 0 touching the circle x squared plus y squared equal to 36 internally. We have to find out locus of center of the variable circle, and given that the locus is nothing but a convex with eccentricity E, then they are asking what is 72 E squared. So two circle touches each other internally. That information given, all of you know the condition for that. Two circle touches each other internally. We have C1, C2 is equal to what? Modulus R1 minus R2. So concept is clear. Everyone knows the concept. As far as the mathematics JEE or advanced is concerned, it's not about the concept only. It depends upon how we are solving the problem. Correct? So let us go for this. We have a circle x squared plus y squared equal to 36. I have taken the circle. Another circle we have given diameter is nothing but AB, where A is nothing but 3, 0. A is 3, 0. So and touches each. So what I'm going to do here, we take a circle like this. Okay. And it's a diameter. So two circle touches each other. Let us take this point. They are asking locus of center of this circle. So let us say this is h comma. I'm not taking this h comma. Let us take this is h comma and try to find out what is b. We know that h comma k is the, let us say this is x1, y1. This is the midpoint of this. So I will write this is equal to x1 plus 3 by 2. That is equal to h. Okay. From here, x1 I can write 2h minus 3. Similarly, I can write y1 plus 0 by 2. That is equal to k. So y1 is equal to. So I know this point b. B is nothing but in this case, it is 2h minus 3 comma k. 2k. So then what happens? What we want, C1, C2 is equal to modulus R1 minus R2. This is the condition. C1 is known. What is the C1? That is 0, 0. Center of the first circle, x squared plus y squared equal to 36. And center of the second circle is h comma k. So what is that? Square root of h squared plus y squared. The bigger circle, we can take it as x squared plus y squared equal to 36. It is given. Radius of the circle is 6 minus radius of the second circle. What is the second circle? This is the second circle. So I can write that is square root of h minus 3 whole squared plus k squared. Look at this, how it is there. This is, we know that this is nothing but, let us name. Okay, this is C1, this is C2. So this is C1, C2. That is it. I'm bringing this is to this side. What is this value? This is nothing but AC2. So that C1, C2 plus AC2 is equal to 6. All of you could have got the idea. From here, it is understood that if P is a variable point, PA plus PB is equal to K. Then locus of P is nothing but an ellipse. Whenever this K will be greater than AB. In that case, A and B are nothing but what actually foci. Foci of the ellipse. So look at this, it is like this. We know that C1A. If you take C1A, the distance is nothing but how much actually C1A distance is nothing but. Okay. So I can write this is equal to, if you look at this, C1. C1 is nothing but 0, comma 0, that is one foci. Another foci is nothing but A, that is 3, comma 0. What the distance between the foci we know? 2A, that is equal to 3. This value is 2A. 2A is 6, A equal to 3. So E value is how much? By 2. So we got the value of what they're asking, 72 E squared. 72 E squared is equal to 72 into 1. So that we get the answer as what? So this is also solvable. Only thing is, this is the idea. This has to strike. Anyway, everyone will do when two circles touches each other internally, condition, but locus problems. Many students actually what they do actually locus means something they will think in mind and they will do. But this type of problems can be solvable since in first year onwards we are doing locus problems. Let us move on to the next question. In that, yeah, next question is from integration, indefinite integration. Second year question. F of x equal to integral 16x plus 24 divided by x squared plus 2x minus 15 dx. And f of 4 is equal to 14 log 3. Then what is the value of f of 7 thereafter? So we can do this question by two procedure. You know that it is of the form integral 3x plus q divided by ax squared plus bx plus c. Now only we have completed the board examination. So definitely we could have practiced this model question. We can use this one. All of you know that for this dx plus q is equal to, we can write a into d by dx of the denominator, ax squared plus bx plus c plus d. This is one procedure. Otherwise, what we can do, you factorize this. Easily you can factorize and use partial fraction. So what I will do actually 16x plus 24 divided by, this can be written as x plus 5 into x minus 3. So I will go by the partial fraction. You can use this also. When I use partial fraction, you know that this is equal to a by x plus 5 plus b by x minus 3. So try to find the value of a. All of you know how to get the value of a. A equal to, put x equal to minus 5. When I put minus 5, minus 80 plus 24 divided by 2. So this is equal to minus 66 by 2. Minus 56 by 2. Minus 56 by 2 is equal to minus 50. So we got this one. A value we got. Now let us find the value of B. B is equal to, put x equal to 3. 48 plus 24 divided. How much will come? 8. So this is equal to 72 by 8. 72 by 8. Okay. So 72 by 8 is nothing but 9. So we got the value of A and B. Once we get the value of A and B, if I substitute here, what I will get, A is equal to minus 28 by 9 by x minus 3. So it's completed. So we have split. Now go for integration. So f of x, that is equal to minus 28 integral dx by x plus 5 plus 9 integral dx by x minus 3. We know that dx by x plus a, integration is nothing but log mod x plus 5 plus 9 log mod x minus. Plus, if you want, you can write log c or you can write c. Okay, to find out. Since this is given here, log 4 value given. So I can find out the value of f of 4 is given, so I can find the value of c. So when you substitute x equal to 4 here, f of 4, what is the value we get? Minus 28 log 9 plus 9 into log 1 plus. So log 4, f of 4 is 14 log 3 given, equal to minus, if I write this 9 as 3 squared, minus 56 log 3 plus this is 0 plus. So I will get the value of c. C is equal to, bring this side, log 3 common, therefore it is nothing but 70. So C value we got. Now, what they are asking f of 7 value. So find the value of f of 7. f of 7 is equal to, if I substitute here, minus 28 log 7. So it is nothing but 12 plus 9 log 4. C value plus 17 log 2. Now, you have to write in terms of, if you see this one, you have to write in terms of log 2 and log 3. So I can write this as minus 28 into log 4 into 3. That is log 3 plus 2 log 2. Plus this we can write as 2 squared, so 18 log 2 plus 17. So that we can simplify this. Minus 28 log 3 plus 56 log 2 plus 18 log 2, and we have here plus 70. This is also, minus is common, therefore this will be minus. Okay, 70 log. Now we can simplify this. This is minus 18 log 2 minus 56 log 2. Okay, minus 32. This will become 28. Again, minus 28 log 3 plus 70 log 3. We can get the answer for the question. So the substitution will take some time actually, but this also can be solvable. So let us go for the next question. Next question is from sequence and series. Again, first year, some of we will revise in the second year also actually. It is both arithmetic progression as well as geometric progression is given. Let us see this question. A1, A2, A3 and so on be arithmetic progression, and G1, G2, G3 and so on be in increasing geometric progression such that G1 equal to A1. G1 is equal to A1. I think there is G1 is equal to A1 and A2 plus G2 is equal to 1. Both are equal to 1 given. Let us see that in arithmetic progression, A1 is equal to 1 given. In geometric progression, G1 is equal to 1. Both first term is nothing but 1 given. And one more relation, what is given? A2 plus G2 is equal to 1. Okay. So we know that A2 can be written as A1 plus D. G2 can be written as G1R. This is equal to 1. So I get one relation. So this is 1 plus D plus this is 1 R equal to 1. So D plus R is equal to 0 according to this one. Since G1 is 1, this is also 1. D plus R equal to 0. Next, one more relation what is given? G3 plus A3 equal to 4. What is G3? G3 is nothing but G1 R squared plus A3. A3 is A1 plus 2D. That is equal to 4. Both these values know, therefore it is R squared plus A1 is 1 plus 2D. That is equal to 4. Again, one more relation we got. If you find out either D or R, we can get the answer. So let us do one thing. I will go for D is equal to minus R. When I substitute R squared minus 2R, and this comes here plus minus 3 equal to 3. So it is R minus 3 into R plus 1 equal to 0. R value directly we got R equal to 3. Directly we got R value. Since D equal to minus R is substituted. Okay. D equal to minus R I substituted. So I got this one. R equal to 3. Another value is R equal to minus 1. Anyway, it is given that it is an increase in geometry progression. So R equal to 3. Now what is the question given? A10, they're asking A10 plus G5, they're asking. G5 anyway you can find out since we know R and first term. So let us find out D. What is the value of D? D is equal to minus 3. So A10, sir, what is A10, sir? A10 is equal to A1 plus 9. G5, G1 or power 4. So A1 value is 1 plus 9 into D value is minus 3 plus G1 value is 1, R value is 3, 3 power 2. So it is nothing but my 1 minus 27 plus 81. 82 minus 8 is 27. That is the value of the question. Okay. So this is nothing but 55. The answer. I think maximum children will do this question since it's a simple concept. Let us move on to the next question. Yeah, next question is from complex numbers. Again, they touched circles. Sir, how you are telling circle? You look at this question. Z1 lies on the curve mod Z equal to R. All of you know that this is a circle with center 0, comma 0 and radius R. And Z2 lies on the curve modulus Z minus 3 minus 4A equal to 5. It is of the form modulus Z minus A is equal to R. That means this is also a circle with center A and radius R. So we have given here two circles given. Let us put it here. So first, this is I can write as modulus of z minus of 3 plus 4i. That is equal to 5. So center of the circle is nothing but 3, comma 4. Here center is 0, comma 0. Okay. So if I take this circle, this is a circle with center 3, comma 4 and radius 5. Fine. Another circle given, center is 0, comma 0. If I substitute 0, comma 0 here, what happened? Modulus minus 3 minus 4 equal to 5. We know that modulus of minus 3 minus 4 is nothing but 5. That means this origin, the center lies on this circle. From this understood that the center lies on the circle. So here we have 0, comma 0. Now draw the circle. If I put the circle here, it may be that. This is the center of the circle. So this is mod z equal to R, and this circle is nothing but this. Now, what is given in the question, you see, Z1 is lies on the circle, this one, Z2 lies on this, fine. Mod Z1 minus Z2, minimum of mod Z1 minus Z2 is equal to 2. So, geometrically, what I will do actually, if I take this one, let us say this is C1, let us say this is C2. Minimum distance between the two circles is nothing but this part. By looking at the diagram, you can understand. So what I will do here, this is Z1, this is Z2. So this distance is given. How much is the distance given, sir? 2 given. So if I join this, I join this like this. This is 2. This is 5. This is also 5. This is also 5. This is 2. This distance is given. So total distance from that means radius of the first circle I got. What is the radius of the first circle, sir? It is nothing but 12. 12 is the radius of the first circle we got. Now, what is the question they are asking? Maximum value of mod Z1 minus Z2 they are asking. Maximum value of mod Z1 minus Z2. Maximum. This is nothing but minimum here. Here maximum. Where maximum will come if I extend this here. If I extend this one, if I take this as the point, and this is another point, this will give you what? Maximum distance between the two circles, maximum distance between the two circles. That is the question actually. So what will be that? Already we got what is the radius? Radius is nothing but how much we got 10 of the first circle. Iska distance is how much actually 10. So 10 plus 12, that is equal to 20. That should be the answer for the question. So geometrically, we can do the question. No need to put any equation or something. So this is the beauty of this question. Yes, let us go for the next one. Next question is from vector algebra. So what is given? A bar equal to minus I plus 2j plus k, b bar equal to I plus j minus 3k, c bar equal to lambda a bar plus mu b bar. And given that c dot another vector equal to 10, c dot another vector equal to minus 2, then they are asking what is the length of the vector, mod c bar. So it is just a calculation since it is a product of vector dot product. So let us find out what is C bar. It is given lambda A bar plus mu B bar. So what I'm doing here, C bar is equal to lambda into A bar minus 1, 2, 1. Next, mu into B bar. B bar is 1, 1 minus 3. So let us find out this minus lambda plus mu, 2 lambda plus mu. Next, lambda minus 3 mu. So I got the vector C bar. Now we have to get this unknowns. Lambda and mu has to be found out. How to find out? For that only two dot product given. So when you use the dot product, definitely you will get the value of two equations. Solve that equation. So C bar dot, what is given here? 3 minus 6, 3. That is equal to 10. So if I substitute here, what do I get? 3 into minus lambda plus mu minus 6 into 2 lambda plus mu plus 3 into lambda minus 3 mu, that is equal to 10. So let us solve this equation. Minus 3 lambda plus 3 mu minus, this is 12 lambda minus 6 mu plus 3 lambda minus 9 mu is equal to 10. So these two will get cancelled. We have, this is, so how much we are getting here? 3 mu minus 6 mu. So minus 3 mu minus 3 minus 12. Already here minus 12 lambda, that is equal to 10. So this is the first equation. One more equation we have to get. Again, dot product is given. C bar dot. What is given? 1, 1, 1. That is equal to minus 2. Let us solve this. This is C bar is this one. So 1 into minus lambda plus mu. 1 into 2 lambda plus mu. 1 into lambda minus 3. That is equal to minus 2. So what happens? These two will get cancelled. Now we have 2 lambda minus 2 mu. This 2, this will get cancelled. So it is nothing but mu, 2 mu, so minus mu, that is equal to minus 2. This is the second equation. Now we have to solve these two equations to get this. So what I will do, I will substitute this mu value here. So mu is equal to 2 lambda plus 2. If I substitute here, it becomes minus 12 lambda. You can take minus 12 common. Lambda plus mu, mu is 2 lambda plus 2. That is equal to 10. So minus 12. This is 3 lambda plus 2. That is minus 36 lambda minus 24 equal to 10. So what I will get, minus 36 lambda is equal to 34. So we have the value lambda equal to minus 17 by 18. I got the value of lambda. Once you get the value of lambda, that is 2 into minus 17 by 18 plus 2. So minus 34. Minus 34 plus 18 I will write. Minus 16 by 18. Okay, so minus 8 by 9. This is the value of mu. Now what they are asking is mod C. Lambda and mu is known. Lambda is mu means if I substitute here, I will get the value of this is equal to minus lambda. What I will do here, I will keep like this one. The denominator I will keep 18 only. So that we need not to take the LCM. So minus lambda 17 by 18 minus 16 by 18. 2 lambda minus 34 by 18 plus minus 16 by 18. Again, lambda minus 17 by 18 minus 3. So it is plus 48 by. Now, if we simplify mod C, we can find out and get the answer for the question. So this is equal to, this is it. How much mu is 16? So 1 by 18. So minus 50 by 18. Again, it is nothing but 31 by. So mod C is equal to square root of. How much will come? This is minus or plus. It is minus 1. So we have 1 square plus minus 50 whole square plus 31 squared by. We can get the answer for the question. We can solve. Okay. So little calculation involved, even though question is easy, calculation is involved. Very carefully we have to do this question. That's one. Next question, eighth question. The question is from trigonometric equations. See the question. If P is a set of all theta belongs to 0 to 4 pi such that tan square theta not equal to 1. Tan square theta not equal to 1. Okay, that is the first one. And we have given one equation. 2 cos power 8 theta minus I power 8 theta into secant 2 theta equal to a squared. A is an integer, then number of elements in the set P they are asking. So what we will do, let us solve this equation. The equation is given that 2 into cos power 8 theta minus sin power 8 theta is equal into secant 2 theta is equal to a square. So it is of the form a squared minus b squared. I can write this as 2 cos power 4 theta minus sin power 4 theta into cos power 4 theta plus sin power 4 theta into secant 2 theta is equal to a square. Okay. Again, we have a squared minus b squared. So it is cos squared theta plus sin squared theta into cos squared theta plus sin squared theta. And it is of become a squared plus b squared. I can write is a plus b whole squared minus 2ab. So we have cos squared theta plus sin squared theta whole squared minus 2 sin squared theta cos squared theta into secant 2 theta is equal to a squared. So from here it is nothing but 1, and this is cos squared theta minus sin squared theta. So this becomes cos 2 theta. Let us solve this question. This is nothing but 1 minus. We can write this as, we know that 2 sin theta cos theta is nothing but sin 2 theta. If I multiply it by 2, I will get 1 by 2 sin squared theta into secant 2 theta, that is equal to a square. So cos 2 theta into secant 2 theta is 1. This we can cancel it. So what is the remaining value? Remaining value is nothing but 2 into 2 minus sine square 2 theta by 2 equal to a square. This will get cancelled. So I got a squared equal to 2 minus sine square 2 theta. And the question it is given that a is an integer. So a squared is an integer. When this will be an integer, so that this will be satisfied. When I go for this, what I will do actually, sine square 2 theta, sine square theta, a squared is integer, compulsory. This also should be an integer. What are the different possibilities? One is nothing but 0. Another is this value may be 1 or this value will be minus 1. When I substitute 0, a squared equal to 2, a cannot be integer. So directly I am also putting a squared is equal to plus 1 or minus 1. For both the cases, the value is nothing but what happened actually 1. So this becomes an integer. But what we are substituting sine square sine 2 theta, that is equal to 1 or minus 1 we are substituting. Whenever we are putting sine 2 theta is 1 or minus 1, all of you know that 2 theta will be either pi by 2 or minus pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, and so on. At those points, what happened to tan squared theta? Tan squared theta also will become 1 for those values. Therefore, there is no solution for this equation. It's not possible. Since it is given tan squared is not equal to 1. So number of elements in this nothing but zero. Okay. So this is also, you can say that good question, since we will solve this one, many students will solve. Here there is a trap actually that you have to take. Since if you don't see this one means many students will calculate the values from 0 to 4 pi and get the answer actually. That may go wrong. That's what. Yeah. Let us go for the next question. Next question is from definite integral. Integral 0 to 25 sine power 4x plus cos power 4x. Now only we have reduced cos sine squared sine power 4 theta plus cos power 4 theta. You can substitute here. But I'm not going by that procedure actually. Since we have 0 to 25 sine power 4x plus cos power 4x given, I can use the properties, definite integral properties, especially periodicity property I can use here. We know that sine power 4x plus cos power 4x period is nothing but pi by 2. Period of this function is pi by 2. And if I use integral 0 to n pi, sorry, nt, 0 to nt, f of x dx, that is equal to n into integral 0 to t, f of x dx. Periodicity property directly I'm using. You can go without using this also, but I'm using this one. So when I go for this, pi by 2 is the period, so I can write this as integral 0 to 40 into pi by 2 sine power 4x plus cos power 4x dx. Yes, So when I do that, it is of the form, this is nothing but t. This is n. So formula is n. So 40 into integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 4x plus cos power 4x. Now we have to integrate this one. Many methods are there to integrate. What I will do actually, I will use the reduction formula. Since sine power 4, cos power 4, same value. So I will go by the reduction formula here. 40 into integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 4x, 3 by 4, 1 by 2 into pi by 2. So this also will be same into 2. Since we know the integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 4x is equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power 4x. So now solve this one. So this is equal to, how much we'll get here? This is 10. Again, this is nothing but 5. These two will get cancelled. 15. So you can make it simple, this question. If you simplify sine power 4x plus cos power 4x and all, it takes some more time. So by looking at that, we can use the reduction formula and complete the problem. Okay. So this is the question. Let us move on to the next question. The question is from probability. So when you see that a fair coin is tossed 4 times, okay, such that for heads they are giving 10 points. For every head, the points are given as 10 or allotted, and tail gets 5 points. That means if it is head, they are giving point as 10 points. They are giving. If it is tail, they are giving 5 points. Now the question is probability that total points is 30. We are tossing the coin 4 times. Total points we require 30. Total points should be 30. So what are the different possibilities for the question? So 4 times you are tossing. We have to get total 30. What are the different possibility? If I say this, only one possibility I am seeing 10, 10, 5, 5. Sum is 30 but 30. For this question, there is no other possibility. I don't know whether the question is correct or not. That much easy question. Maybe sometimes what happens without this, if it is not given 4 times, then also we will have 2, 3 cases. Maybe the question may be that one. Those who return the examination, they can tell. Okay. Okay. Whatever the question given, I'm going for this one. So we have out of 4 times, 2 times we have to get head. 2 times I have to get tail. So you can use binomial distribution. That will be the easiest way to do the question. So out of 4, I will get 2 times head. Probability of getting head is nothing but 1 by 2, 2 times. Remaining 2 times I have to get tail. That is 1 by 2. So this should be the answer for the 4C2 is nothing but 6. So it is 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. So this is 3, 2. It is 3 by 8. That should be the answer for the. Such an easy question in probability. Maybe the question may be different. We don't know. Yes, next question is from quadratic equations. If the roots of the equation x squared minus 3x plus n equal to 0 are alpha and beta, and the equation x squared plus 3x plus 4 equal to 0 is alpha by 3, 3 beta, then what is the value of 2 alpha plus beta plus 3n? You look at the question, very simple question actually. When you use relation between roots and coefficient, we will get the answer for this. So basically, we have to find out the value of alpha and beta. Maybe we get some equations here. From the first equation, we can say that sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to 3. Product of the roots is nothing but 3. From the second equation, we can write this is alpha by 3 plus 3 beta, that is equal to minus 3. And alpha by 3 into 3 beta, that is equal to 4. So n value directly we are getting from this equation. So this will get cancelled. Alpha beta is n. So n value we are getting directly. There is no problem in there. Now solve these two equations to get the value of alpha and beta. More than easy. The question cannot be asked actually. This is the easiest problem if I say. So this we can write either substitute beta or this one. If I take LCM, alpha plus 9 beta is equal to minus 9. Now we will solve these two equations is equal to 3. So it is minus minus. So this will get cancelled. 8 beta is equal to minus 12. Beta is equal to minus 3. Beta value. Beta no, I will find out the value of alpha. Alpha is equal to 3 minus beta. 3 plus 3 by 2. That is equal to 9. So this is the value of alpha. I got the value of alpha, beta, n. Directly substitute. 2 alpha plus beta plus 3n. So that is 2 into alpha. Alpha is 9 by 2. Plus beta. Beta is minus 3 by 2. Plus 3n. That is okay. So when you simplify this, we may get the answer for question. So 3 by 2. So this question also can be solvable. Let us go for the next question. Yes, the question is from D, differential equation. If 2y squared dx by dy plus 2xy x squared equal to 0. So if you look at this equation, so 2y squared dx by dy plus 2xy plus x squared equal to 0. One is nothing but by looking at that, you can understand that it is a homogeneous equation. Y squared x power 1 x power 1. This is true, here also true. Therefore, it is a homogeneous equation. By substituting homogeneous equation in terms of what? Dx by dx. Therefore, you substitute x equal to vy and get the answer. That is one method. Or you can simplify into what is that? Linear differential equation. If I divide by 2y squared, it becomes dx by dy plus 2 will get cancelled. X by y equals to, I'm bringing to that side, minus x squared by 2y squared. Linear Bernoulli equation actually. This is what. Another way what we can do, suppose if I take in these two some term common. Suppose I am taking, let us try this, 2y common. When I take 2y common, this becomes y dx by dy plus x. That is equal to minus x squared. Let us see this 2y, y dx plus y dx plus x dy by dy. That is equal to minus x squared. This we can write. So basically, we can write it in one is nothing but homogeneous equation, another is linear Bernoulli equation or exactness. So what I'm going to do, I will use this procedure actually. That means we will use linear differential equation. For that, I have to convert into the standard form. I will divide by x squared. When I divide by x squared, 1 by x squared dx by dy, okay, plus 1 by y, that is the 1 by x here also. Since we are dividing by x squared, minus 1 by 2 squared. Now what I will do to convert into linear, I will take 1 by x equal to t. When I take 1 by x equal to t, x squared dx by dy, that is equal to dt by dt. Now substitute. When I substitute, minus dt by dy plus this value is nothing but t, so t by 1. That's equal to minus 1 by 2y squared. Okay. Now I can write this as dt by dy minus t by y is equal to 1 by 2 converted into linear differential equation. So what is the form actually here? T. So I can write integrating factor. Integrating factor e power integral minus 1 by y. That is equal to e power minus, that is nothing but 1 by. Integrating factor we got. Now solution I'm going to. What is the solution for this equation? T into 1 by y integrating factor integral q 1 by y into 1 by 2y squared. So t value already we know what is 1 by x. So it is 1 by xy. That is equal to 1 by 2 into integral y power minus 3 dy. That is 1 by 2 into integration of this minus 1 by 2 plus c 1 by x. Okay, very simple. Now this is 1 by xy is equal to y power minus 2. That I will write as like this 1 by minus 4y squared plus c. We have solved the equation. Now, what they asked actually, this is given, initial value given. X of e equal to e, they're asking x of e squared. So when x equal to y equal to e, x value is directly substitute 1 by e squared is equal to minus 1 by 4e squared plus c. So c value is 1 by e squared plus 1 by 4e squared. That is equal to, this is 4 plus 1, 5 by 4e squared. So we got the value of c. We got the value of c. Now they're asking x of e squared. Y equal to e squared, what is the value of x? So now substitute here. This is 1 by x. Y value is e squared in that. That is equal to 1 by minus 4 e power 4 plus c value 5 by 4 e squared. So that 1 by x equal to minus 1 by 4 e squared plus 5 by e squared will take answer. Now if you take LCM and reciprocate, we'll take answer. That's it. Okay. This also can be solvable. But you can go by any method. 3 methods, any one of the method we can use. Let us go for the next question. That is from parabola. If parabola y is equal to x squared plus px plus q passes through 1 comma minus 1 and whose vertex is at minimum distance from x-axis, then what is the value of p squared plus q squared? Look at this. We have given y is equal to x squared plus px plus q. It is a parabola. It is a parabola. Y is equal to x squared plus px plus q. And it passes through 1 comma minus 1. Let us say that it passes through 1 comma minus 1. If it passes through 1 comma minus 1, I can write minus 1 is equal to 1 plus p plus q. That is p plus q is equal to minus 2, one equation. Since we have to find the value of p and q, one equation. And one more thing, whose vertex is at minimum distance from x-axis. You know that the curve is like this, it passes through 1 comma minus 1. Suppose the x-axis is like this. This is the x-axis. Minimum distance from x-axis is always what? This distance. That means this vertex to this will be the minimum distance from x-axis. So basically we have to find out this distance. For that we know that what is this vertex? Vertex of the parabola we know. Vertex of the parabola is nothing but what? Minus b by 2a. That is not required. Since this is the height, I require only this one. That is 4ac. 4ac minus b squared. B squared divided by 4a. Okay, this value. This should be minimum, they ask. This should be minimum. So we have to find out minimum value of 4q minus p squared by 4, where p plus q is minus 2. Let us simplify. Either p or q. So what I'm doing, q will replace p into q value is minus 2 minus p squared by 4. That is minus 8 minus 4p minus p squared by 4. So if you take minus common, since it's the distance, it should be positive. So we have to take the modulus. When you take modulus, this is nothing but p squared plus 4p plus 8 by 4. That can be written as p plus 2 whole squared plus remaining is what? 4. Right? I want this should be minimum. When this will be minimum, p plus 2 should be 0. That means p equal to minus 2. P equal to minus 2, the value will be minimum. So p value we got. Now q value we have to get. So q is equal to minus 2 minus p. That is nothing but plus 2. This is 0. Q value is 0. P equal to minus 2, q equal to 0. Whenever the minimum distance is there. P squared plus q squared, that is equal to 4. That's right. Okay. Yeah. This is a good question. I see this is a good question. You have to think and do it actually, this question. Yeah, let us go for the next question. Again, geometry. If AB is a chord of hyperbola xy equal to 12, rectangular hyperbola given, whose midpoint is 1 by 2 comma minus 1 by 2, then the area of the triangle ABO is what? So we have given Yeah, rectangular hyperbola. XY is equal to 12. AB is a chord and midpoint is this. So what I will do, this is a chord you take. So here we have a midpoint. Let us say this is the midpoint. This point is nothing but 1 by 2 comma minus 1. Midpoint is given. Area of this triangle they asked. Let us say this one. This area they asked. So basically what we have to find out, A and B we have to find out. Midpoint of the chord is given. So you can go by two procedures. This also you can solve in two procedures. You can take parametric form and get the point A and B. I'm going to do by this one. Since midpoint of the chord is known, equation of the chord we can find out. XY is equal to 12. What is the equation of the chord whose midpoint is given? S1 is equal to S11. Let us find out S1. 1 by 2 into XY1. XY1 is nothing but minus plus y into x1, 1 by 2. That is equal to minus 12 equal to S11. S11, substitute the point in the equation. 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2. Isn't it? X1, Y1 minus 12. So that these two will get cancelled. So what I will get here is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 also I will get cancelled. Minus x by 2 plus y by 2 equal to minus 1 by 2. So we have minus x plus y is equal to minus 1. One equation we got. Now what I will do? I have to find out the points A and B. Substitute the equation. Xy is equal to 12. Substitute. I can write x value is nothing but y plus 1 into y. That is equal to. That is y squared plus y minus 12 equal to 0. So we have y plus 4 into y minus 3 equal to 0. Y equal to minus 4 or 3. So corresponding value of x we can find out. We can find out the value of x. X is equal to, when you substitute y is equal to minus 4, that is equal to minus 3. And y is equal to 3 means this is x equal to 4. So we get the points. A value is nothing but 4 comma 3. And B value is nothing but minus 3 comma minus 4. So area of the triangle for origin x1, y1, x2, y2 is nothing but what? Half into area. x1, y2 minus x2, y1. So when you solve this, half into x1. x1 is what here? 4. y2 is equal to minus 4. Minus 4. Minus x2. x2 is minus 3. y1 is nothing but 3. So half into modulus minus 16 plus 9, that is 7 by 2 will be the answer for the question. So we could able to solve within this time 14 questions. So if you look at the question actually as far as the previous year papers, this is also moderately lengthy, but one can solve these problems. Now I call, we have our I Ramesh sir. I Ramesh sir is there actually. Yeah, yesterday 2 sessions completed, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So morning session you gone through the paper. How was the paper actually?
So, students, there are few questions like sir has done a very decent like step-to-step explanation. I have seen the morning paper. So I also have seen the morning paper. This evening shift paper is much tougher than the morning shift paper. I'm not saying morning shift is easy, right? But it is much tougher paper compared to the morning shift paper. But whereas, permission, sir, I'm just going back. No. This question, all of you please make a note of it. Because the same question has come in the morning shift also, saying that y is equal to sin x into sin x plus cos x. Yes. Is equal to a. You have to find the integral values of a. Same thing, integral values of a. Alright. And then what the students do basically is they will find the a values. Here also a values. No. You have to find the theta values. Yes. This question from -5 to 5. So the questions are repeating slightly. So just be in touch with us. The extension will be taking care of all the paper discussions. So do join. And the paper of mathematics, surely a score of above 40, please, sir.
Definitely.
Pakka will give you more than
99% actually.
Right.
So we have to ensure that you are doing at least 12 to 13 question minimum actually. If you cross 14 and above means correctly, you will get 99% in
Exactly.
mathematics part. That's what.
Agree, sir. And wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Let us wait for physics and chemistry discussion. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Must take host. Good. Recording, huh? Yeah. Recording, huh? Recording? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hello. I think good afternoon. Right. I hope you must have written the physics exam also quite well. Questions were easy, majority of them. One or two maybe slightly on the difficult side. Right. So let us have a discussion and let's see what are the questions. Before we proceed further, let us just keep in mind these questions are retrieved from memory, so there can be a little bit change or mismatch in the data, or small revision may happen. Right. So let's see. The first question is here is of uh, equilateral prism. It's from optics, so general optics, right? So it's an equilateral prism. So we can understand that this angle is going to become 60 degrees. This is also 60 degrees, right? So this is 60. This ray of light is falling perpendicular to it. So this angle will become 90. If it is 90, then this angle will become 30 degrees. And if I draw a perpendicular here, this is going to become 60 degrees. So this is the ray of light it is going to go. Now you can say that as the ray of light proceeds further, it is going at grazing the interface. So you can apply the Snell's law, which says that mu into sine theta is a constant. Right. So we have here 1.6 as the refractive index into sine of the angle of incidence is 60. That's equals to mu into sine of 90 degrees, because the angle of diffraction here, you can see here, this is the angle of diffraction, that's the 90 degrees. So if you simplify that, it will become 1.6 into root 3 by 2, and that's equals to mu into sine 90 gets it 1. So mu is going to become 0.8 into root 3, slight calculations, 1.7 into zero point 0.8, right? So it's in the 5613. So I'm getting roughly around 1.36. So best possible match option is 1.39. So that's going to be the answer here, right? I hope we have done that. So basically nothing much, just one straight away Snell's law application, right? The second one is the equivalent gate for the circuit, right? So this is again come from here, right? Just have a look here. This is the X which is being fed here. So this input is also going to be X. This is also going to be X. And X are going to be fed into a NAND gate. There is a NAND gate here. So output of X and X in AND will be X. And then output of the NOT will give you a X bar. That's a negative X bar here. So the input which is going to be fed into this gate is going to become X bar. Same way, this is Y here. So it's going to become Y and Y. And again, the output of that is again going to become Y bar. So we are going to feed X bar and Y bar into this NAND gate. So we have X bar dot Y bar, and this thing has been fed into a NAND gate. So the output of that is going to become X plus Y, right? Because basically one step will become X bar whole bar plus Y bar whole bar, and that's going to become X plus Y. Now this X plus Y means it's a OR here. That OR operation is again fed into this gate. If a NOT, again a NOT is present here, the output here is going to become X plus Y whole bar. And since it is X plus Y whole bar, the final answer is going to be a NOT gate. I hope this is understood. Right. So straight away in the diagram itself, we have, can just do it tick, 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 and that's the answer here. X bar, Y bar, that's the answer. Right. Now let's see here. A soap bubble of radius R1 mm completely submerged in a liquid of density 2000 kg per meter cube. Right. At the instant bubble is rising upward with constant velocity of half centimeter per second. Find the coefficient of viscosity. So basically, this is the soap bubble here. Right. It's rising up. So its velocity is upward. Therefore, the viscous force, according to the Stokes law, the viscous force should be 6 pi theta RV, and that will be acting in the downward direction. It is rising up because it is displacing water. So there will be a buoyant force acting here. And the value of that buoyant force is going to become 4 by 3 pi r cube. That's the volume of the liquid displaced into density into. So this will be the buoyant force acting. Now it's moving with a constant velocity. Constant velocity का मतलब हो गया कि भाई my acceleration is going to become zero. The acceleration is zero. That means the net force is zero. So I can equate 4 by 3 pi r cube. I'll write here r cube into density into g as equals to 6 pi meter into r into v. That's the value which I can write here. So if I write here, we are interested to find the coefficient of viscosity. Okay. So this r and this r will get cancelled out. And this will be 3 here and this will be 2 here. And pi also will get cancelled out. So we will have here 2r square rho into g divided by 3 is the 9 here, 9 here. And then I will get a v here, and that is going to become my meter. Now, in order to check, we have to check the option, which is the option correct. So let's check here. 2 by 9 multiplied with r square. The radius is given in the question. 1 mm. So 1 mm is 10 to the power minus 3. That's going to become 10 to the power minus 6. Multiplied with density, that's going to become 2 into 10 to the power 3. That's the density given. Into acceleration into gravity is marked as 10. Divided by the v here. V is going to become half here. And it becomes half here. So check the calculations here. Right. So 1 mm squared. And this is here. Okay. So I'm going to get 10 to the power minus 6. This is going to become 10 raised to the power 3, and minus 6 will become 10 raised to the power minus 3 here. Multiplied with another 10 here. And here 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. That's going to give me 8 by 9. That's the value, 8 by 9 at that. Right? So that's the value of 6 pi eta RV into 2 into density. Right. Well, okay. One question may be asked that one question you may be thinking that this is the mg. Why are we ignoring the mg? Because this is a soap bubble that is filled up with air, and density of the air is very small. Therefore, mg is not accounted here. So according to this one, this is the answer here. The next one, just have a look here. It's a small circular loop of radius r and it's completely the large square loop of length L. Both the loops are concentric and coplanar. L is very large in comparison to R. So this is the R here. This is the dimension given here, and this is L here. So imagine a current I flowing in this loop in this direction. That's it, okay? In this one. So due to this current flowing in this loop, what is the magnetic field at the center? So let us write the formula of magnetic field due to a straight wire. You can understand that this angle is 45 and this angle will also become 45. So magnetic field formula is mu naught I by 4 pi d sine alpha plus sine beta due to a finite wire, which I am writing here. So if I write that, that will become mu naught I by 4 pi, and d is going to become this perpendicular distance, which is going to become L by 2. I will write here L by 2 into sine 45 plus another sine 45 here. Right, so that's the value of the B here, mu naught I by this thing. So if I write here, this will become 2 mu naught I by 4 pi L, and that's going to become 2 mu naught I by 4 pi L, and that's going to become 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. That's the value here. So that will give you, this will become 2 root 2. So you will get 2 root 2 mu naught I by 4 pi L, and that's the value of the magnetic field. So there's a magnetic field due to one of the wires. We have 4 such wires. So the net magnetic field is going to become equals to 2 root 2 mu naught I by 4 pi L times 4, and that's going to give me mu naught I 2 root 2 by pi L. Now this is the magnetic field. Once we get the magnetic field, in order to simplify further, we need to find the coefficient of mutual induction. So we need to write the flux here. So flux will become B dot A, B dot A. So writing that flux B dot A at the center, I will write here mu naught I 2 root 2 by pi L multiplied with pi r square. Now we are able to assume that the magnetic field mu naught I by 2 root 2 pi L is throughout this area. The reason for that is this assumption which is mentioned in the question. L is very large in comparison to R. So when I write that, this magnetic flux comes out to be this thing into pi s square. Pi and pi cancels out. I will write this as mu naught into 2 root 2, mu naught into 2 root 2 r square divided by L multiplied with I. This is the flux. So comparing it with flux equals to M into I. This is M. This is the coefficient of mutual induction. This is the value of the coefficient of mutual induction. So I get mu naught 2 root 2 r square by L. Mu naught 2 root 2 r square by L. So that's the answer here. This is the answer which we are getting here. Right? Is it visible here? Right. Let's see further. Right. The position of a particle is given by x equals to a sine 50t plus pi by 3. The speed of the particle and acceleration becomes 0 for the first time at time t1 and t2 respectively, then t1 and t2. So this is a question based on SHM. So x is equals to a. You can see kinematics also not a very big deal. X equals to a sine 50t plus pi by 2. This is the position. Right? Rate of change of position, that is dx by dt, is called as the velocity, and velocity will become this thing into t. So it will become 58 cos of 50t plus pi by 3. This is my velocity. This is my velocity. So we want the velocity to become 0. He says first the velocity should become 0. So velocity should become 0. That means 50t plus pi by 3. Right? And this time he's saying is nothing but t1. So this 50t1 plus pi by 3 is equals to pi by 2 here, pi by 2. That when that cos will become 0. And I will give you 50t1 is equals to pi by 6. So t1 is going to become pi by 300 seconds. That's the time here. Pi by 300 seconds. Your velocity becomes zero and acceleration will become zero. So acceleration is nothing but minus omega square into position. So acceleration will be equals to zero when position also will be equals to zero. That means 50t plus pi by 3, the sign of 50t plus pi by 3 should become zero. That means we can say 50t plus pi by 3. This must be equals to sine pi, and therefore 50t is equals to 2 pi by 3, and therefore time is going to become 2, say 25. Time will become pi by 75. So this is the time, 75 seconds. So your velocity touches zero at pi by 300 seconds, that is your t1, and your time t2 is the time pi by 75, where your acceleration touches zero. So answer is going to become this. That's the acceleration here and the velocity. Right. And this is again a gift given to you, right? Basically on the occasion of prior to on the evening of Good Friday, right? So have a look here. This is 1 kg and this is falling distance of 10 meters. So it's falling under gravity. So we can very easily write v squared equals to u squared plus 2as. Final velocity is going to become initial velocity 0 plus 2 into acceleration is going to become 10 into displacement. Now, what is the displacement here? Displacement is going to become 10 meters. So it's going to become 200 meter per second. That's the v square just before hitting the ground. So when it is about to hit the ground, it will have a speed of root 200 meter per second. And finally, after penetrating a distance of 10 centimeters, stops. So again, we will write here in order to find the acceleration here. We will again write the equation once again. So v square equals u square plus 2as. Final velocity is going to become 0. Initial velocity is u square. That's going to become 200 minus 2 into acceleration into displacement. Displacement is 10 centimeters. That's going to become 0.1. The acceleration will become 200 by 0.2. And that's going to give me 1000 meter per second square as the acceleration. So very high acceleration on hitting the ground. And if this is the acceleration, then what is the force acting on this? So F is equals to ma is the force acting on this. So mass is 1 kg and acceleration is 1000 meter per second square. That gives you a force of 1000 meter. That's the force here, which we are writing here. Right. So this is how we need to simplify this. 1000 Newton. This is the option given here. Right. And let's see this, right? In Bohr's atomic model, find the ratio of the magnetic field produced at center by electron in second orbit and fourth orbit. Right. So Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model. Right. As soon as we see this Bohr's atomic model, certain things must come to our mind first, and that is that radius in that orbit comes out to be some 0.53 into n square by z. Right. Or you can write this as R naught n square by z. And the velocity comes out to be some, so far as I remember, 2.18 into 10 to the power 6 into z by n, something like this. You get here. Right. So this is the both atomic model, velocities and radius. Now what is happening is, this is my electron here, is revolving in an orbit in this kind of a way. So if electron revolves in an orbit, you can assume that it is an equivalent current I flowing in the opposite direction. So this becomes a current carrying circular loop, and current carrying circular loop creates a magnetic field, and the value of that magnetic field is given by mu naught I by 2r. So that basically becomes mu naught by 2r into current. Current will become the charge flowing Q, which is E actually, Q by time, and the time period is T. So if I write here, I can write this also as mu naught by 2r into Q, and time period will become 2 pi r by v. That is the total circumference divided by the speed. So if I write this, the magnetic field therefore finally arrives at a result of mu naught Q by 4 pi, and this is V, and here in the denominator we have R squared as the magnetic field. So my magnetic field becomes inversely proportional or let's not use that proportionality. थोड़ा सा इरेजर को भी यूज किया जाए. बोलेगा मुझे भूल गए. Right. Okay. ये है इरेजर. Right. So we will write that relation only. And this will be B, therefore, is B1 by B2. We have to compare basically. So B1 by B2, if I compare here, it will become V1 by V2, V1 by V2 into R2 by R1, into R2 by R1. That's the value here, V1 by V2, magnetic field in second orbit and fourth orbit. If I write that V1 by V2, that will become V1 by V2 into R2 square by R1 square. V1 by V2. V1 by V2 will be proportional to this thing. So I can write this as okay. V1 by V2 ratio. It is inversely proportional to that. This will become N2 by N1 here. N2 by N1 here. And then we will write R2 by R1. So R2 by R1 ratio will again become N square by Z. So R2 by R1 will again become N2 square by N1 square. Right. And we have R2 by R1 whole square. It will become this thing. It will become N2 by N1 whole thing to the power 5. So N2 by N1 to the power 5. N2 is our 4. 4 आ जाएगा. And N1 is 2. 4 by 2 to the power 5. That's going to give me 2 to the power 5. That's 32. We'll get the answer as 32. I hope we are moving it. This is slightly little bit on the trickier side. Right? If you're prepared thoroughly, you must have come across this kind of a question in the past. Right? Okay. Now let's have a look here. This is another one. In a given AC circuit, if only switch S1 is closed, then phase difference is 30 degrees. Right. So we are closing S1. Let's go close here. If you are closing S1, then basically you are short circuiting your L1. Right. And only resistance or the circuit now, if S1 is closed, we have R, XC, and L2 in the circuit. So it becomes a LCR circuit whose omega is given as 300. Omega is given as 300. Right. And he has told that when you do that, right, there is a phase difference of 30 degrees and the current lags in both the cases. So current is lagging. So basically it's an inductive circuit. So you can write the phase angle tan phi as equals to XL minus XC divided by R. And angle phi is 30 degrees. So that's going to become tan 30. So that's going to become 1 by root 3 is equals to XL. But this time we have N2 in the picture. So I will write basically XL2 minus XC by R. So I arrive at a relation that XL2 minus XC equals to R by root 3. ठीक है, तो ये एक आ गया relation. XL2 minus XC is equals to R by root 3. The second thing which we see here, again we are closing switch S2 is closed, then phase difference between them is 60 degrees. So अब only S2 is closed, means इसको open कर दिया. We opened it, and this is closed. No, this is closed. So this one gets a short circuit, right? This is in the picture. So now the new LCR circuit will have these three into picture. If you do that, you are going to arrive at the relation that again I will write here tan phi is going to become XL minus XC by R, and that becomes tan 60. I will write here tan 60 is equals to XL1 हो जाएगा, that will become XL1 minus XC by R. So I will get the second relation as XL1 minus XC is equals to tan R root 3. ये हो गया R root 3. So in this question, XC value is given, and we have to find 3L1 minus L2. 3L1 minus L2. So if I do that, it comes at 10, therefore we need to eliminate your R. We'll divide the equation, divide them. The XL1 minus XC by XL2 minus XC, this ratio is going to become R root 3 divided by R by root 3. So this and this will cancel out, it will become what? 3. So cross multiply कर देंगे. XL1 minus XC is equal to 3 times XL2 minus 3 times XC. So if I send it on this side, I will get XL1 minus 3 times XL2 equals to minus 2xc. रिवर्स वे में लिखेंगे xl2 3 times xl2 minus xl1 is equals to 2xc here. Now xc is given in the question. Xc is given in the question. कितना है भाई xc? 30. So we'll put it as 30. So 2 into 30 will become 60 here. That's 60 ohms. And 3 times xl2 means omega l2 और ये हो जाएगा omega l1 and that's equal to 60. So if I write here, I can write this as 3L2 minus 3L1 is equal to 60 by omega. And 60 by omega is going to become equals to 60 by omega. Omega आ जाएगा 300. That's going to become 60 by 300. And that's going to give me 1 by 5. Any option? 1 by 5. Okay, 1 by 5 is not there. 0.2 is there. 1 by 5 is 0.2. So this becomes the answer. Right? I believe. Right, this is here. So this question also is not so straightforward. Right, thoda sa, you have to be little bit skills are required, or not skills, maybe some practice from beforehand should be there in the chapter AC to solve this question. Right. Let's see. Here got it. A rod of length 3 meter and mass. It should be mass here. Right. Mass 40 kg has same moment of inertia as that of the solid sphere. Find radius of the solid sphere. So this one and this one both have same moment of inertia. The moment of inertia of a rod above this axis we all know it is ml squared by 3. And moment of inertia of a solid sphere about its axis passing through the center we all know is 2 by 5 mr squared. So this is again another special gift which you have got. Very easy, straightforward question. Both of them are given in the question to be equal. The ml squared by 3 must be equal to 2 by 5 into m into r square. So m is the mass. कितना है भाई mass इसका rod का? Rod का mass is 40 kg. Length of the rod is given as 3 meters. So 3 square will become 9 by 3 and that's going to become 2 by 5 into mass of the sphere 10 multiplied with the radius of the sphere square. ये कर देंगे. So if I write here 0 and 0 is gone and I will be left off with 9 for the 36. It's a 2 भी cancel कर देते हैं. I'll get 9 to the 18. Please say cancel get this. So we'll get 6 into 5. 6 into 5 is equals to r square. So r will become root 30. They can have an option. Root 30. Yeah, okay. That's the root 30 is the answer. Right. So I think calculation, let me just check once again. 360 by 3, that is 120. 120 and this is 5 to the 10. 2 to the 4. 120 by 4 will become 30. That's fine, root 30. Yeah. Let's move ahead. Right. Find the displacement of center of mass at time equals to 2 seconds. So if you know the displacement, what is center of mass and all, and you know the concept, you have studied in your institute. So you must be able to solve this question in that case. Right. So obviously, common sense says that 2 kg is going to go down and this one is going to move up. And the free body diagram of this 2 kg will give me a tension in the upward direction. And this 1 kg will have a 10 Newton and there will be a tension in the upward direction here. So if this goes down, so I can write the equation as 20 minus tension as equals to 2 into A. That's one of the equations. Another equation is T minus 10 and that's equals to 1 into A. Is the other equation. Adding them, 10 is equal to 3A. A comes out to be 10 by 3 meter per second square. That's the value of the acceleration. Yeah, the acceleration. So once we arrive at this acceleration, right, हमको निकालना है 2 seconds में displacement of center of mass. So let's find out how much will each of them move in 2 seconds. So S equals to ut plus half at square is the displacement. U is 0 because it starts from rest. So I get half into acceleration, which is 10 by 3. And time becomes 2 square, it becomes 4 here. So 2 and 2 will cancel out. And I will get here 20 by 3 meters is the displacement. 20 by 3 meters as the displacement. So this one will go down by 20 by 3 and this one will climb up by 20 by 3. So displacement of center of mass, we have the formula m1 s1 plus m2 s2 by m1 plus m2. Right. So if I write here, The first mass is 2 kg, so we'll write here 2 kg. Displacement of that one is 20 by 3 in the downward direction, so I'll write 20 by 3 minus j plus M2 is the other mass, which is 1 kg, and its displacement is going to become 20 by 3 in the upward direction j cap divided by 2 plus 1, and that's going to become 3 here. So we'll get here 3, and I will get 40 by 3 minus 20 by 3. So 40 by 3 minus 20 by 3 is again going to become 20 by 3 minus j, and that's going to give me a 20 by 9 meters minus j cap. 20 by 9 meters in the minus j cap. So 20 by 9 is this option 1. So that is the correct one. Right. I hope this is one basic formula which must be there in your mind. Right. So let's move ahead. Okay. ये तो देखा हुआ क्वेश्चन लग रहा है, right? Because I think similar diagram was given in your what you say session 1, right? Session 1, I think day 1, second shift only this kind of diagram was there. So far as I remember, right? Just take care. The thing is somewhat repeating. So look at the diagram here. There's something spinning here. And this is here. Find the minimum value of friction coefficient between the inner surface of cylinder and the mass M so that it does not slip. You don't have to slip it. Okay. So mg here. And there should be a friction here. And that friction should ensure that it doesn't fall. Along with that, there will be a normal contact force on the wall in this kind of way. If it doesn't fall, then that means the friction required must be equal to mg. If everything is equal to mg, it will not fall. And the maximum permissible friction is nothing but mu s into n is the maximum permissible friction, that I will write as mu s into the normal contact force. And this is the normal contact force. Normal contact force does nothing but provide the centripetal acceleration. So I'm writing that mass into the centripetal acceleration. As you can also understand that this mass n is revolving in the circle, so there will be a centripetal acceleration r omega square towards the center. I'm writing that as the normal contact force. So this will become mu s into mr omega square. Okay, so this is here. So this is the limiting friction or maximum possible friction. Our friction force must be always less than the maximum possible friction or can be equal to that. If you put that condition here, हमें मिलेगा mg must be less than or equal to mu s into mr omega square. M cancel हो जाएगा. Mu s will become more than g by r omega square. ये आ जाएगा mu s का value g by r omega square. So just have a look here. क्या calculation आता है? Mu s must be greater than or equal to g. G 10 ले लेते हैं. R is half. So we'll put here half. And we have our omega square, which is 5 radians per second. That's going to give me 25 there. So if you write here, this will become 20 by 25. 20 by 25 मतलब हो जाएगा, this should be greater than 5 से cancel करेंगे 4 by 5. 5 से cancel 4 by 5. So mu s must be greater than or equal to 4 by 5. Mu s must be greater than or equal to 4 by 5. So he's asking you minimum value. तो minimum तो 4 by 5 में stable हो जाएगा. 4 by 5 में stable हो जाएगा. Right. इतना चाहिए. 4 by 5 से ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो भी no problem. So this is 5 by 4. Definitely it will be stable. 5 by 2 also it will be stable. 2 by 5 not stable. This is 0.4. We are getting 0.8 here. So this will be not stable. Remaining will be stable. So out of the stable options, least is this, which we are getting here. Okay. Change. Okay, a ball of mass 1 kg charge 9 kg is in equilibrium between two parallel plates. Find the potential difference between the plates. Okay. So this is 1 kg here. So obviously there will be mg here. And we are ensuring that it is in equilibrium. So इस पे charge है. So there must be a upward force Q into electric field in this direction. And this electric field force must be equal to mg. Then only it will be in equilibrium. So QE must be equal to mg. So the value of the electric field, if I write, that becomes mg divided by Q. कितना आ जाएगा electric field? Are we following? Right. Yeah. Now, electric field exists in this direction. So electric field always exists from higher potential to lower potential. So that means the lower plate and the upper plate. Lower plate is at greater potential. Potential difference since it is a constant electric field, we can simply write as E into D, as electric field is uniform. So if electric field is uniform, I am writing that. So this becomes mg by q multiplied with the distance d. So mg by q, q value is 9 nanocoulomb. So 9 10 to the power minus 9 कर देते हैं. D is given as 12 centimeters. So that's 12 into 10 to the power minus 2. Calculations have become a little more in this paper, I believe. And mg is 1 into g जो है 10. That's the value. So if you write here, this will become 12 and this will become 3 and this will become 4. So I will get here 4 by 3 multiplied with 10 raised to the power minus 9 and 10 to the power minus 2 will become 10 raised to the power minus 7 multiplied further with 10 will become 10 raised to the power minus 6. So 4 by 3 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 I am getting. Okay, option is saying 10 raised to the power 8. 9 nanocoulomb है. 9 into nano is 10 to the power minus 9. Mass is 1 kg, 1 into g is 10. Distance is 12 meters, 12 centimeters, 12 centimeters. Right, so 12 centimeters means 0.12, 12 to the power minus 2. So this will go here, 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power 9 minus 7, 10 to the power, this will become, oh, right, 10. So this will become 10 to the power 7, not minus 1, 10 to the power plus 7, multiplied with 10, that will become 10 to the power plus 8. 10 to the power 7 plus 10 into 10, 10 to the power plus 8. That's all right. Right. Now next, let's have a look here. A point mass, just starts appropriating Earth from approaching, Earth from a large distance. Speed of impact of point mass to planet surfaces dash. Planet is times heavier and with radius 4 times compared to Earth. Okay. So we have this planet here, they are comparing it with the Earth. So suppose ये हम मान लेते हैं, this is the mass m, it is at infinity, and it comes and falls onto the Earth with a velocity v. So we can apply the law of conservation of mechanical energy. Simplify this. So ऐसा करते हैं. Initially at infinity, so potential energy is 0. Initial kinetic energy also is 0. Final kinetic energy is going to become half mv square, and final potential energy is going to become minus g into capital M into small m by r by radius r, because it goes to the surface. That's why I here. So if you write here, this v comes out to be root of 2gm by capital R. This mass m will get cancelled out throughout. I'll get 2gm by capital R. So if you have a look, this is the same as the escape velocity. This is the same as the escape velocity. So velocity on Earth हो जाएगा root of 2g mass of Earth by radius of Earth, and we know that this value is 11.2 kilometer per second. And velocity on the planet is going to become root of 2g into mass of the planet. So planet is 8 times heavier. Okay. इसको 9 कर देते हैं. All question will retrieve from memory. So it will be 9 mass of Earth by radius of the Earth. Radius of the Earth is 4 times. So इसको कर देते हैं 4 times radius of the Earth. This is for the planet. So if I divide both the equations, I'll get velocity of the planet by the velocity of the Earth is equals to root of dividing them 2g gone, re me gone. I will get the ratio as root of 9 by 4. That's the value here. So velocity on the planet is going to become 3 by 2 into escape velocity. Escape velocity is 11.2 कर दिया, and that will give you 2. This will be around 5.6. 56 into 2 is 112, right? And then 5.6 into 3 will become 6 3 is 18. 16.8 km per second. Approximately third option. 17 km per second is what we are getting here. Okay, in case it is 9. Right. So find the work done when a radius of a soap bubble is increased from 2 centimeter to 6 centimeter. Okay, surface tension of soap is given. Okay. The soap bubble, आप देखो ध्यान से. This is the soap bubble, and this soap bubble has negligible thickness. So there are two surfaces, one on the inside, one on the outside. There are two surfaces. That is where people will make mistake. There are two surfaces. So if I write the surface energy will become 4 pi r square into the surface tension multiplied with 2 for two surfaces. So that becomes 8 pi r square into s. So initial surface energy will become 8 pi s into r square. Initial radius is 2 centimeter. So 2 into 10 is power minus 2 whole square it will become. And final energy, if I write, final energy will become 8 pi s. Again, r square, that's going to become 6 centimeter. So 6 into 10 is to the power minus 2 whole square. That's the final energy. So he's asking you to figure out the work done. So work done हो जाएगा external agent का change in the surface energy, and that will come out to be 8 pi s multiplied with 6 by 36. 36 minus 4 कर देते हैं यहाँ पे. 36 minus 4 and 10 is to the minus 2 whole square will become 10 is to the minus 4 here. So if I do the calculation here, 8 into pi, pi हो जाएगा 3.142 into s value is 0.03, right? Multiplied with 32 into 10 is to the minus 4. ये आ जाएगा. ठीक है. तो options are a little far away. So let us just do a quick calculation. इसको ऐसा करते हैं 8 into 3 कर देते हैं 24. 24 into 3 72 हो गया. 72 into 32 करते हैं 72 into 32. So 2 to the 4, 7 to the 14 and 3 to the 6, 7 to the 21. ये हो गया 4, ये हो गया 23. So approximately 2304 23. तो यही दिख रहा है ये ऑप्शन 2.4 millijoule is the most closely matching option, but there's 2.1 also. So we can, I think, 8 3 is 24. 0.142, if I check, it will make it slightly more than that. The answer should be 2304, greater than 2304. So obviously, in that case, answer will be 2.4 millijoule. That's the answer. Right? We don't need values. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Is it fine? Understood, everyone? Right. Fine. आगे बढ़ते हैं. So temperature of a gas is increased from 10 Kelvin to 20 Kelvin isochorically. Find the heat absorbed by the 5 moles of the gas. Cp is given. Cp दिया हुआ है. तो Cp दिया हुआ है 8 कैलोरी पर मोल पर केल्विन. इसको ऐसा करते हैं, लिख देते हैं Cp is 8 into 4.2 जूल पर मोल पर केल्विन कर देते हैं. Right. And 8 to the 16 हो जाएगा. 8 for the 32 and 3. 33.6 जूल पर मोल per Kelvin. ये Cp हो गया. And according to the Mayer's formula, Cp minus Cv is equals to R. If I write here Cp value will become Cp minus R here, and that's going to become 33.6 and ये 8.3 difference आ जाएगा. So Cv is going to become Cp minus R, and that's going to become 0.3, and this will become 25. So 25.3 joule per mole per Kelvin. Right. So this is the value here. We can find out the heat absorbed. So it's an isochoric. So delta Q is equals to N into Cv into delta T, where N is the number of moles. There will be number of moles, 5 moles. So 5 into Cv. Cv हमने निकाला 25 by 0.3 into delta T. Calculations है this time. This, so it will become 253 multiplied with 5. So 5 3 is the 15. 5 3 is the 15. 25 5 is the 125, 126. 1265 joules. 1265 joules. Okay. This is the answer to be marked. 1260 joules will be the answer here. Right? Paper is pretty okay, right? Not so difficult questions, right? Not very difficult questions. Right? This is quite easy. This is also quite easy formula based approach. There were 2 questions where we had to, this is slightly, but it's a repeated one. And another question where this is another question which I like. It's slightly on the more difficult side. And this also is a good one. This also is a good one. Right. This all are gifts given to everyone. And this is also slightly on the difficult side. Sure. So let's come back. आते हैं आगे वापस. Yeah. Okay. So this is here. Right. So the question says a mixture of 13.2 gram of carbon dioxide and oxygen gas is maintained at pressure of 100 kilopascals. Okay. And temperature is this. Find number of moles in carbon dioxide and CO2 respectively. चलो इसको मान देते हैं N1 मोल, इसको मान देते हैं N2 मोल. ठीक है ना? So pressure due to the carbon dioxide, we know the ideal gas PV equals to nRT. So pressure will become nRT by the volume. So yeah, then. So in place of pressure of the carbon dioxide, I will write N1 RT by the volume here, and this will become N2 RT by the volume for the oxygen. And according to the law of partial pressures, right, sum of the pressures is equal to the net pressure, which is 100 kilopascal. So 100 kilopascal I will write as 100 10 is about 5 pascals. So if I write here N1 plus N2 into RT by V, and that's equals to 10 to the power 5. So V is given in the question as 8310. हम लिख देंगे 8310 cc. cc is 10 to the power minus 2 minus 6 हो जाएगा. Multiplied with 10 to the power 5 divided by R. R हो जाएगा 8.31 because 8310 is there. I write 8.31 and temperature will become 300. So if I write here 10 is to the power minus 6, 10 is to the power 5, 0. So this all will become 1. And 831 by 8.31 into 300 is 3 into 831. दोनों को add कर दिया, it's going to give me 1 by 3. So number of moles of both of them are going to add to become 1 by 3. So this is also giving me 1 by 3. This option also is giving me 1 by 3. This also, all the options are giving me 1 by 3. So we have to solve something. Right. So this is here. So we got one equation that कि भाई N1 plus N2 and this value is equal to 1 by 3. We also need to find total mass of the mixture is 13.2 grams. So N1 is carbon dioxide. The molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44. So 44 times N1 plus N2. We have oxygen. So oxygen हो जाएगा 32. So 32 times N2 and this sum is equal to 1 by 3. और यहाँ पे हमें मिलेगा second equation is N1 plus N2 is equal to नहीं यहाँ गलत लिख दिया मैंने. Right. It is required. Right. So 44 N1 plus N2 is 13.2. So I should write here 13.2 and N1 plus N2 is equal to 1 by 3. So we'll multiply this equation with 32 and subtract that. Yeah. 32 से multiply करके subtract कर देते हैं. When multiply this equation with 32 and subtract, then this is gone. 44 minus 32. That's going to give me 8 N1. 8 N1 it will become. And I will get here 13.2 minus 32 by 3. Right. So this will give me 3 in the denominator and 3 to the 6. That is 0.6 here and 39. So 39.6 minus 32. That's going to become 39 minus 2. 7. 7.6 divided by 3. That's 8 N1. So N1 value if I write finally is going to become 7.6 divided by 3 into 8. So if I do that, क्या क्या cancel हुआ? 4 से 2, 4 से हो गया 1.9. So this becomes 1.9 by 6 moles. 1 plus N2, 32 by 3. And that's going to give me 1.9 by this moles. Right. So 32 are into 1 by 3. So I am getting this one option 1.9 by 6. I am getting is written there as this value. Okay. So 32 यहाँ पे दिखेंगे 44 minus 32 is 12. That's the correct calculation type of error. एक मिनट यहाँ पे So this is 32 multiplied. So 44 minus 32 will become 12 N1. So 12 N1 will become 7.6 by 12 here. So denominator, I will change slightly. Yeah. Right. So it will become 7.6 divided by 36. 7.6 divided by 36. Now we can cancel by 4. It will become 9 here. 1.9 by 9. That's the value here. So N1 becomes 1.9 by 9. So that's the answer here. There you go. N1 is 1.9 by 9. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay. 2-point charges Q1 8 microcoulomb, Q2 minus 2 microcoulomb are placed at x equals to 2 and x equals to 4. So the diagram बनाते हैं. So this is x equals to 2 location. This is x equals to 4 location. And we are keeping 8 microcoulomb here. And we are keeping minus 2 microcoulomb here. In this way. Consider two spherical Gaussian surfaces centered at origin of radius 3 meter and 5 meter. Okay. So I am taking one Gaussian surface centered at origin. Radius is 3 meters. And another one is having a radius of 5 meters. So 5 meters. And so it is. This is the radius is 5 meters. Right. The flux through S1. Okay. So S1, इसका flux हो जाएगा. Flux through this one, phi 1 is equal to charge enclosed by epsilon naught. That's going to become 8 by epsilon naught. The flux through this one, phi 2, is going to become the charge enclosed by epsilon naught. Charge हो जाएगा 6 by epsilon. So the ratio of phi 1 by phi 2 ratio is going to become equals to 8 by 6. 8 by 6 is going to become 4 by 3. I will get here 3 times phi 1 by phi 2, right, which you have to find, and that's going to become 4. Right. All right. चलिए हो गया. Okay. So in a DC circuit, a bulb 200 volt and 100 watt is connected with two resistors and ideal voltmeter is shown. Reading of the voltmeter is V volt. So ये ideal voltmeter दिया हुआ है. Ideal voltmeter means इधर से current not allowed. We don't allow any current here. So current will flow here. Current will flow here. Right. This is also a gift given. ये voltage है, power दिया हुआ है. Right. So we know power is V square by R. So resistance हो जाएगा V square by P. V square will become 200 into 200 and it will become another 100. So 0, 0 cancels out. I get 400 ohms. ठीक है ना? तो ये हो गया 400 ohms. This is another 400 ohms. These two are in parallel. इसका equivalent will become 200 ohms. And this 200 ohms and this 200 ohms, both of them are in series. So again, the equivalent of the entire circuit will become 400 ohms. This is 100 volt. So the current which will drive through the circuit, is going to become 100 volts by 400. And that's going to become 1 by 4 ampere is the current which is going to flow through the circuit. If the current flowing through the circuit is 1 by 4 ampere, then the potential drop here will become, according to Ohm's law, IR. So 1 by 4 into 200, that's going to give me 50 volts. If potential drop here is 50 volts, total is 100 volts, and the potential drop here should be 50 volts, and therefore the reading of the voltmeter will become 50 volts. So we don't have to use much of a writing here to solve the question. You can do this calculation mentally and then just simplify it mentally. You will get the answer here. So answer comes out to be 50 volts. That's the answer here. So reading of the voltmeter V is probably an integer type question. Answer should be 50 volts. Right? Okay. The intensity of sunlight connected from equiconvex lens of radius 60 centimeter observed to maximum distance of 30 centimeter from lens and refractive index of materials. Bus. Very nice. Right. So this is the equiconvex. So radius of curvatures are going to become same. And light is coming from here. And it's kind of away. So this will converge at this point called as the focus. So basically, in a simple way, he is telling that intensity is maximum here. Intensity is maximum here means this becomes the focus. So we have our focus. So this is my focus here, right? So we know the length maker formula. 1 by f is equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 is the length maker formula. So it will become mu minus 1. The focal length is given in the question as 30. The length is 1 by 30. And this will become 1 by radius of curvature. The first phase will be 60. Radius of curvature, the second phase, by following the sign convention, will be minus 60. Equiconvex end is given as 60. Right. If I write that, it will give you mu minus 1 multiplied with 1 by 60 plus 1 by 60. That's going to become 2 by 60. And that's going to become 1 by 30. So this is 1 by 30. This is 1 by 30 is gone. So I will get here mu minus 1 is equals to 1. Therefore, mu is going to become equals to 3. Right. On a diamond note, mu is equals to 2. That's the value here. Right? Okay. So that's it. So we can solve this 19 questions definitely in a very short span of time because many of the questions were on the easier side, right? Especially the numerical types or the basically the integer type questions as you call it. Straightforward. This is just like a gift here. Okay. And yeah, this one, yeah, a little bit physics and chemistry combined, you can say, like number of moles calculation. This is also on the easier side. Surface tension, very easy. This also is quite easy. This is on the slightly difficult side. This is also slightly difficult side. This one again formula based approach straight away. This is on the difficult side, quite difficult side. And this is also on the difficult side. This is easy. Gift. This is also okay, moderate you can say. This is also moderate or difficult you can classify. This is also moderate you can say. Right. This is easy. Right. And this is very easy. So something like that. So I hope you have understood. Thank you very much everyone for listening. Yes.
Hello, dear students. Welcome to Excellencia. I am Dr. Pawan Kumar Kaso, your chemistry mentor, is going to discuss the chemistry solutions of the 2nd April shift to examination, in which I already had explained through my previous reel and the newspaper article that the paper is not very difficult. In fact, it was seen, most of the questions that was seen previously in the past JEE examinations. However, students felt a bit difficult while they were solving the questions from physical chemistry because the calculations were involved. So now let us quickly review these questions and try to get the shortest solutions as possible, because you have to confine yourself to what you call 2 minutes, within 2 minutes time. So I would suggest you to just focus on the question that you will come across. All right. So stay with me. See, the first question is actually from the coordination compounds, where we study through the spectrochemical series the strength of the ligands. I mean, if you take a strong field ligand, the delta naught value, which happens to be the difference between the different types of d orbitals, will be higher, isn't it? So, as we came across during our discussion, all right. So we know that I'll pick a different coloring for you. See, now we have the d orbitals over here. All right, there are 5d orbitals. You all know they are categorized into the EG and the T2G kind of orbitals depending upon their symmetry aspects. When the ligand approaches, these degenerated orbitals are going to split. They're going to show their real energy levels when the ligand is approaching. If it is an octahedral approach, you know that EG will split more because the approach is more axial. However, in case of tetrahedral approach or the complex, you will find the T2G on the higher side. The difference between these two, when they are splitting in energy term, is called as crystal field splitting energy. Now, when we talk about this energy, that depends upon the interference of these orbital when the ligand is approaching. So it depends upon two factors mainly. We say number one is the strength of the ligand. This we study as the spectrochemical series. Number two, charge on the central metal atom or ion. That means when your ligand is approaching, we need to check these two aspects. One, what ligand you have taken. Two, what charge is lying on the central metal atom. Now you see when we are talking about the delta naught, crystal field splitting energy or stabilization energy. Let's see the difference. You can see here cobalt is with water, where the oxidation number is +2. Here oxidation number is +3. Obviously the splitting of B greater than A based on the charge factor. Now, when you are comparing the cobalt +3 complex with ethylene diamine being the ligand, you all know that ethylene diamine is a chelating ligand. You know that it is going to form a stable 5-membered chelation ring with the central metal atom, which will make the complex very, very stable. Hence, we can here clearly say that the splitting of C would be the highest because charge is more and also the strength of ligand indeed is more. So you can see C, then comes B, all right, because the charge is more on the cobalt, and then comes A. So you might have picked up option 2 as your right answer. What do you all say? Isn't it? Now, shall we move on to the next question? Now, you see, this question is from organic chemistry. It is about the hydrolysis, isn't it? Now, you see, when you're taking this ether and you're subjecting that to the acid catalyzed hydrolysis, first of all, you need to put the hydrogen atom here because this is applying H plus. It is in the dilute condition, right? So now you will be getting a positive charge after the donation of the lone pair by the oxygen. Now the question arises, from which side should I break the bond in order to compensate the positive charge on the oxygen? You have this side and this side. Suppose if I am breaking it over here, you will see that the carbocation produced is not at all stable. It is vinylic. Vinylic cations, phenylic cations are least stable. Therefore, you will be breaking this side. And water will come and attack here. This is a general perception, isn't it? Right? So what do we get initially? Let's check. We have got this is the double bond, and this bond had broken, giving rise to the enol. Enol is your one of the product. And what about the other product? Plus, you can see that OH has attacked here. You have got a double bond over here as well. Now, what's next? Now, it's assumed that solvent is taken in excess, obviously, and this will undergo tautomerization. All right. In acidic, medium, enol will be quickly converted into the ketone. So you got one substance as propanol, isn't it? Propanol is here one of the product. Now coming over here, does it suffice the need of this reaction or this is still craving? Obviously, the answer is it is still craving because there is a possibility of generation of a 3-degree carbocation, which is hydrolyzed to give you ultimately, all right, you can see that this is the product which is finally obtained. Now, first of all, you need to write the products which are obtained over there, isn't it? You can see this is one diol and aldehyde. Now, you have to write their molecular weights to check which one is exactly matching to this. All right, you can see I have provided you with the data. You can find out their molecular weight, and you see which whose molecular weight is greater. Over here, when you are writing the molecular formula, you can see it is C3H3 plus 2 plus 1, isn't it? So this is the formula of what? Propanol. How about the other one? You can see this is CS3, CS3, C, CH2. Carbons itself are more, isn't it? Have you noticed? Carbons itself are more. 3 plus 3 plus 2, that is 8 plus 2, 10, and then 2 oxygen atoms. Obviously, this substance which is produced, which I call it as B, and if I call it as A, is having more molar mass than that of A. So this simply will be solving this question. I hope you understood. Organic question, not that difficult. Moving on to this question from ionic equilibrium, clubbing it with the titration part. Let's see how to solve. In which it is said that 20 ml of 0.2 molar of HA, which happens to be the weak monoprotic acid, although it is mentioned as HA, is titrated with 10 ml of 0.2 molar of NaOH. You can see it's a titration based question. Now let us see first of all, when we are titrating, how many moles of each substance is remaining out there. We have to convert this quickly into the moles for the reason that upon mixing, concentration changes. Now, when I am finding out the millimole or mole of HA, molarity into volume in milliliter. In case of HA, you can see 0.2 into 20. All right. 0.2 into 20 will turn out to be how much? 4 millimole. And this data is around 0.2 into 10, isn't it? So this is turning out to be 2 millimole. Now, before the titration, this is the scenario with us. Now, we know that out of the reaction between these two, whichever is present in less would be the limiting reagent. So what is the limiting reagent here? NaOH will get consumed, and for every 1 mole is reacting. For 2 moles, 2 mole will go. So remaining will be 2 mole. Now you have 2 millimole. 2 millimole of HA left, which is the weak acid. And you got the salt as well. When this is the limiting reagent, how many millimole you will get? 2 millimole of the salt with a strong base. Now, what does this make? You all know that presence of a weak acid and its salt with a strong base will lead to the acid buffer, isn't it? For acid buffer, you have the equation which you pH equal to. You can see the pK value is given straight away. 4.76 plus log concentration of this salt. 2 millimole divided by, let's call the volume as V. We don't care. It is, I know, 10 plus 20 need not write because this anyways gets cancelled. Divided by 2 divided by V are the millimoles of the weak acid. If you know the formula, pH equal to pKa plus log salt by weak acid. This whole thing get cancelled. So pH itself is pKa, which is nothing but 4.76. All right. Hope you're following. Paper was very easy. Okay, don't say that it was difficult, although it is having connection with the stoichiometry. Now you see molarity of sulfuric acid solution is given. You all know the definition of molarity, isn't it? All right. You say that these are the number of moles per liter of the solution, no? And you have been given the density as well, right? Per ml, how many grams of the solution is present? Per ml, it is given as 1.40, and then molality is asked, and mole fraction as well, right? First, find out the molality. You all know the formula of molality, number of moles of solute by weight of solvent in kg. We'll go there first. We'll find out molality. Then you have got a relationship between molality and mole fraction. We'll solve it. Now you see, I'll assume that because I have been given molarity, it is always good to assume the initial volume as 1 liter, that is 1000 ml. Therefore, what is the density given? 1.40. You have assumed the volume, density into volume give you weight of solution. How much? Density into volume. This is turning out to be 1400 gram is the weight of solution, which includes solute and solvent. Now we look at this. 4.9 are the number of moles of the solute, which is H2SO4. Number of moles formula, weight by of the solute by molecular weight of the solute. So weight of the solute you need to find out by molecular weight of the solute was found to be how much weight? 98. All right. So now you see, which is given as 4.9. So I'll be writing the weight of solution as weight of solvent plus solute. equal to 1400 gram. Now you can see there we have got the weight of solute as how much? 4.9 into 98. This is the weight of solute. All right. Therefore, you got the weight of solvent. Now, after getting the weight of solvent, what you will do next is to find the molarity. Is equal to number of moles of the solute 4.9 divided by weight of solvent grams low. You're substituting, and then you're multiplying it by 1,000 so that you can get the molality. Now, after getting molality, you all know the relationship between molality and mole fraction. How do we find out mole fraction, beta? What is that formula? Molality equal to xv by 1 minus xv. This is the mole fraction of solute into 1,000 upon molecular weight of the solvent. You know, solvent is water. That's all. Just simplify this to get the value of xv. I know that there are some calculations involved. It takes a little more than 2 minutes time for you to solve this question, but it is easy. Simple question asked from the class 11th portion, or you can call it as 12th also, because in solution also it is covered, right? You see, the next question is from class 11th, chemical bonding, easy, repeatedly studied. When you are given SF4, you all know what is SF. You have to find the value of X, valence electrons, plus halogens attached by 2 gives rise to its hybridization, right? Hybridization is sp3d. And you know that how many atoms are here connected with the sulfur. Then you get the lone pairs. You got one lone pair with the sulfur and hybridization is sp3d. Therefore, what is its structure, beta? One lone pair and 4 bond pairs. You call this as seesaw. All right. So what is its structure? Seesaw or distorted tetrahedral, isn't it? Seesaw or distorted tetrahedral. Now you have to figure out which one has that seesaw arrangement. You know, HCO2F2. Let's check it out. 8 plus 2 by 2. Same thing. 5 minus 4 atoms. You know, this we have studied. No need to cross verify. sp3 tetrahedral. So it is not matching with it. IF4. Do it by the same formula. Valence electrons plus halogens attached. Minus charge by 2. This is also turning out to be 5. Minus atoms attached are 4. Same thing. Yeah, it is also matching. We got so far 2 matching, right? The next one is valence electrons plus 4 minus of minus charge. So it is turning out to be how much? 12 by 2, that is 6. So hybridization is sp3d2. So this is not matching again, right? So what are matching here? 1 and 3. Simple question, right? You know, you have studied in your class 11th. Now come to the chemical kinetics. You know, I could see the beautiful thing is that there are 2 questions from chemical kinetics in this session, which happens to be the interesting chapter. Now you've got something like 2A, all right? Is dissociating to give you 4B and C. Initially, we don't know how much of A is present. So let's assume initial pressure of A is equal to P naught. And after some time, some X pressure has dissociated from A. You know the mole ratio 2:4. For X, you will be getting 2X, and 2:1. This gives rise to what? X by 2. So this simple stoichiometry you should all know. Now you see, you're given the information related to this that after certain time, 30 minutes, the total pressure was going to be how much? 300 millimeters. So how do you find this out? Sum it up. Because all the 3 gases is equal to how much? 300. Now after a very long time or infinite time, it is the time presumed to be when the reaction completely gets over. This becomes 0. And 2:4. This becomes 2p0. And this becomes p0 by 2. Now the sum is given as 600. You see, beta, you have got 2 equations. One in terms of p0 and x. The other one is in terms of p0. Now you know the equation. How to find the k? 2.303 by t. The time which is taken for the reaction is 30 minutes. p0 upon p0 minus x. So you guys have to find the p0 from here. Substitute p0 over here to get the value of x. Just substitute here. You'll be getting your answer. What do you all say? All right. Hope you understood. Sure. Next question. Look at this. We have 2 solutions of the protein. In fact, same protein. First solution has protein in 0.5 liter. Second is protein in 1 liter. Different masses. And when these 2 are mixed, you have to find the osmotic pressure. You all know the formula. Pi osmotic pressure of 2 different solutions. CST plus CST. There are 2 solutions. So what is C stands for concentration, number of moles by volume into S into T plus number of moles of the second by volume into S into T. All right. So total is turning out to be, if I take S into T common, you know the value of S, 0.0821. Temperature may be given in the question, 300 Kelvin into number of moles. What does number of moles mean here? Weight by molecular weight. You can see 1 by 50,000 weight by molecular weight divided by the volume. Now, after mixing, you tell me what do you substitute, 0.5 or 1.5? Yes, your answer is right. Total mix put together is 1.5. After mixing, you're finding out what you call the osmotic pressure. So you have to write the total volume. So many people commit this mistake. So you don't do that. These are called silly mistakes. Now we have to get the value of pi. Little calculations are involved, but conceptually this is an easy question, right? Now move on to the next. You can see here that's a theoretical question, boss. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So in order to tell you the facts I gave you, I'm giving you here the values directly. You can see that the ionization potential of these elements are being spoken about. However, they are talking about second ionization and first ionization. So when we talk about the first ionization energy, you can see that this is the order. You can see that thallium, because of the poor shielding by the D and F electron, is having slightly higher the ionization energy value. So thallium greater than indium should be the right answer, right? Thallium should greater than indium. However, what about gallium? In fact, it is right. So you can see that boron value is greater. There comes what? Thallium. So here lies not gallium but thallium. Alright, you can see the second ionization potential. They say second ionization potential values. I pick it from the internet sources. It is you can see highest for boron because of the small size 2427. That is correct. We're talking about this. Then you see the next highest is being gallium but not aluminum. Here the order is missing. So both the statements are incorrect. So you should have marked option 4 as the correct answer. Now coming on to this ninth question, you can see that it is pretty easy, simple question. You all know that there are 3 bonds between the 2 nitrogen atoms. Highest bond energy, you can see that in all the options N2 has highest, then comes O2 because O2 has 2 bonds. Now lies the competition between these. You need to understand that the bond energy is highest for what you call the chlorine. I'll tell you the reason why. Then comes Cl2, then comes Br2, then F2 and I2. So this Cl2, Br2, F2 and I2, yeah, this happen to be the right option. Now we should know why Cl2 has highest bonding energy. You can see that chlorine has the lone pair and adjacent chlorine has empty 3d orbital. Okay, so empty 3d orbital. So there is a possibility that there is a p pi d pi back bonding which is being formed between the adjacent chlorines. And in fact, the distance between them is also high. Therefore, there is no chance that what you call they would repel each other. In fact, because of this back bonding, they will develop a very strong coherence between them. It's a very strong bond. That's the reason why Cl2 is greater. There comes Br2 and why F2 lost the race because of the repulsion between the large number of electrons that are present on the fluorine. So as I2, because of the bigger size, they repel each other. So this order is purely textual. Is there in your NCERT textbook. You should have revised once. Now you see which are the following highest ionization energy that will give the borax bead test. You have studied that borax bead test is given by usually this chromium and all that. Now, when you talk about the ionization energy, you all know that, right? Iron plus 3 gives rise to yellow color. This is green, and this is also green in color, isn't it? Right? Now, when we talk about this among the 3 highest ionization energy, you have to write the electronic configuration for that. You see, this is 3d6 plus 3 is 3d5, or this may be 3d4 or 3d3, whatever. Now, you see, this is half-filled electronic configuration. You know that iron plus 3 is having half-filled electronic configuration is considered to be what? Stable electronic configuration. That's the reason why it is difficult to remove the electron from the iron in its plus 3 oxidation state. That's it, right? So right answer should be plus 3. Now this is another beautiful question from chemical kinetics. I'll say beautiful because you see It's been too long since I did not see any question based on the finding of order on the basis of the units of what you call K. You can see that they gave the K. Then we all think when we are given the K value, we focus on the numerical data rather we forget about this. What are the units of K? Mole per liter, whole power, 1 minus n, second inverse. Now we can check the data that it is whole power minus 1. That means what? 1 minus n is equal to minus 1. Therefore, n is turning out to be what? 2. That means this is a second order reaction. So for first order only T half is independent of initial concentration. No, not for the second order. So you can't pick this option up. First option gone. Alright. So dissociation of N2O5 is an example of this reaction. Is wrong again because this reaction follows first order. Alright. Now let us take the option C. When concentration of X becomes 4 times, then rate is increased by 16 times. Yes, this seems to be all right. Because when you write for a second order, rate is equal to some constant into concentration of reactant, whole part 2. Now you see when I'm substituting this value as 2 times the initial concentration, then what you call the order become 4 times. Whereas if I'm substituting this as 4 times, then this is becoming what? 16 times because it is squared every time. So seems that option 3 is perfectly matching, isn't it? What do you all say? One simple question from alkane as well. You see, aromatization and isomerization are being clubbed. These are the fundamental properties of the alkane. And you see, when I say toluene, you have the structure of toluene. What is it? Ethyl benzene. Now, from where do you get toluene? You can see that in both the compound, the total number of carbon atoms are 6 plus 1. Over here also 6 plus 1. That means in your X compound may be having what you call total 7 carbon atoms. That is one hint, right? All the compounds except this is having 7 carbons. So first let us rule this out. Then check which one could be the right answer as we have studied that if you take N-hexane, when this is subjected to the aromatization by using Al2O3 and Cr2O3 at a higher temperature, will be giving rise to toluene, isn't it? And also when this is subjected to the reaction with AlCl3 and HCl at a higher temperature, it will be subjected to what you call isomerization, where you will be getting 3-methyl, 2-methyl, or whatever. Because anything is possible. Alright? Anything is possible. So starting compound is N-heptane. So this is your starting compound which gives rise to 2-methyl or 3-methyl because isomerization gives rise to both the chain and smoke. So don't get confused. Now we see correct order of boiling point as we know in a group, the boiling point decreases due to weak or due to decrease in intermolecular forces as size increases. Simple, isn't it? Now you can say I gave you the values also. So simple question, straight away asked, right? That's it. Critical question, easy question, isn't it? Right? Now let's see one easy question relatively appearing to be difficult. Look at this. About the aniline byproduct. Some grams of this is being mentioned. Now, NaNO2 and HCl. Whenever you see NO2 and this, you guys have to convert quickly into diazonium salt. Alright. And this diazonium is subjected to AgNO3, where you will be getting precipitate of AgCl. Since there is only one chlorine over here, you will be getting only 1 mole of AgCl, isn't it? Now we need to find out the mass of C based on the mass of this. So you have been given the mass of this, maybe the molar mass of this is 186. So this is turning out to be how much? 1 by 100 mole. Weight by molecular weight will give you mole, isn't it? So 10 to the power minus 2 gives rise to what? 10 to the power minus 2 moles. When I do into molecular weight, which is 108 plus 143.5, that is 1.435, will give me the mass of AgCl. You can see clearly that mass of AgCl is obtained. This is the X, and when you do 10x, the answer should be 10 point, 14 point, right? 14.35. Simple question. Hmm, Can be done very easily. You see, everywhere they clubbed stoichiometry. One more question from 11th class syllabus, atomic structure. You have covered adequately in chemistry as well as physics. Simple formula based question. Simple question, Einstein equation. Work function plus kinetic energy. All the values are straight away given, but unit conversion is important. H value. Tell me. P value. Lambda, you guys have to find out, isn't it? What that you need to find out? Lambda, you'll be getting your answers in meter beta. Equal to work function, you can see 2.3 electron volt. You have to completely convert into joules. You know, 1 electron volt equal to 10 to the power 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Plus kinetic energy straight away in joule. That's it. I know calculations are lengthy, but it can be covered somehow. 19 units only, so you can take 19 common and add this up. And this side also you have to bring it in terms of 19 and 19 gets cancelled to find the lambda in meter. I hope you can easily solve this question. You've done plenty of such questions in the past, okay? Chalo. How many of the following ions will show the paramagnetism? So here you see, you guys have to write their configurations and you need to check. All right, so I'm writing straight away. Okay, I'll be writing these values for you. Then we will see which of the following can be having what the I'll write the values for you straight away. Configuration, you all know, isn't it? So I'm not wasting your time by figuring out what. But what I suggest you is to straight away write the configuration. Mn plus 2, what is that? 35. Then copper plus 2, 39. This is 3D10 we all. Alright. This is 3D0. Titanium 3D2. 4F14 is UPM. Gadolinium is 4F6. 4F14 is ruthenium. Cerium is 4F1. And this is 4F0. So wherever you find this 14, all right, or 0 or 10, all these are what? Diamagnetic. The rest of them are paramagnetic. You guys have to find out how many of them are paramagnetic by nature. That's all. Okay, little bit electronic configuration based. Okay. Now we see the next question, Ha minus concentration in a mixture of containing 0.1 molar of this, etc. You have to find the value of A and you've been given the Ka1 and Ka2. Now look at this Ha. H2A is dissociating into H plus plus Ha minus. We have to find the concentration of Ha minus here. I'm considering only the first dissociation due to the fact that Ka1 is far greater than Ka. So I will ignore the dissociation of the second conjugate base of H2A. I'll put it straight, right? Now, what is the initial concentration of H2A? 0.1 into 1 minus alpha. Degree of dissociation is alpha. How much is this? 0.1 alpha. And this also is 0.1 alpha. But you can see that it is also mixed with what you call HCl, where the concentration is also matters. So we need to write the concentration of H plus from HCl, which is 0.1. And due to common ion effect, HCl is a strong acid, will be suppressing the dissociation of H2A. You can neglect this value. And because of the small value of this thing also, you can neglect this. So now when I'm writing Ka1 for this, which is H plus into Ha minus, people thought initially that there are plenty of calculations that are involved. There are no calculations at all, beta. This is 10 to the power minus 8. H plus, how much you're going to write? You're going to remove everything here. By H2A, you can neglect alpha compared to 1 because Ka1 is small. So your 0.1 get cancelled and your Ha minus is just straight away 10 to the power minus 8 only. That's it. Okay. That's all for today. I hope you had watched the video fully, and I hope you will, those aspirants who are yet to give the examination will take this guideline seriously and get the best score. Thank you for watching.